Oh no, I hit the mic. I hope that wasn't extremely loud for you. Ugh. Alright, shall we? Amanda has gone to bed. So, we've got all the time in the world to play Factorio tonight. Very exciting times. Here's the thing. I think I figured out how to get my supply train to work, but it needs a little modification. Let's go find where it is. Set you to manual quick. And we're going to go and repair you. And I'll walk you through the design that I have come up with. I've done light testing on it. I think it works. But I haven't given it like a full stress test. These need, am I shipping speed 3s? Am I making speed 3s? You are making speed 3s. You could be shipping speed 3s. Where would you have put those? In your beacons, yes. These can go, these can go, these can go. And then if you go to your Volcanus ship, add 1 stack of speed 3s. Not enough to fill one rocket. You have 6 on the planet. Alright, you're not quite ready to do that yet. And I don't want it to hold up your departure either. So we'll just wait on that. But that copper mine is not producing as much copper as I want it to. And a couple speed modules would go a long way on it anyway. The change that we need to make over here is I need a second car. And we're just going to copy and paste this over directly, but we're going to change a couple things about these filters. These are going to be brick and concrete. Actually, did I save the train car in the blueprint? I didn't. I probably should, because the config of the train car matters a lot. We're going to go grab the config of the train car. And I can show you my little bit of testing that I did. This is the file that I've been playing offline to test a couple things out. I've gone through a couple different design iterations for things here, some of which have worked, some of which haven't. But this is my little testing bed that I set up for how this whole configuration is going to work. And the specific thing that I need from you is I need to preserve trains. Save. And now, if we go back to Factorio stream, I should be able to paste this train down with trains. Yeah. But I do not want logistics bots to build this. I just want to copy and paste the train car contents. So here's how this works. This is what one train car is going to hold. And we're going to have 2 separate inserters that pull out of it. This is a destination stop. So we're going to take you. We're going to come over here. And we're going to copy and paste you onto both train cars. Then I need another 2 racks of requester chests. About there. And I need to figure out what's missing from this thing. So put all that in. These need to come out. Actually, just take everything out. I think that's what it is. I think that's how they're supposed to look. So that's going to be loading. What's not currently getting put in by inserters? You're going to handle ammo. We do also need to extend the stop down here, the ammo stop, to accommodate a 121 train, which is not hard. It just means we need to back this rail up. And we might need to modify the way that belt works. Yeah, that'll do. Then you run through here, you come out to here, you come down through there, and then you get the same signaling. Then we copy and paste this. And we have you run through a splitter. We also pull you back by one. So you're going to run to about here. Split here. You go in like that. You go in like that. You guys build the rest of that. So that station is now set up to accommodate a 121. Rename it. Come and rename the station up here. You're going to extend your inserters down. And then also if I could get you guys to bring some power poles out here. We'll get to the point, I swear. So this is now 121 defense mall. And then later on we're going to have 121 the other thing. You need to... Yeah, you request logistics robots. That's fine. The only thing I think I need is storage, passive, buffer, stone, brick, and concrete. So we're going to go concrete, concrete, brick, brick, storage chest, buffer chest, which I'm not currently making in the bus, request for chest, which I am currently making in the bus. We'll go set up a factory to make buffer chests. And the buffer chests actually have a really important function that we will get to very soon. You pull in, you pull out, you are going to make buffer chest, making you a circuit. You're enabled when buffer chest is less than 50 times 40. Your filter is buffer chest, and grab those materials. I think that's all the configuration I need to do on this end. So the only other configuration that I need to do is at the destination stop. And that's for... What is your problem? Not enough logistics storage available. For what? Why are you trying to put away that many storage chests? Did I forget to set a condition on those? No. I guess I'll just expand my logistics network storage. Or is it that these are split? They split again. That's the problem. Oh, it's because you're not powered. That'll fix it. That doesn't fix it. No, it does. It just needs to charge up. Also, remember the other thing you needed to do is you need to build a second nuclear reactor out here. That's damn true. All right. So we have a couple of things to do tonight, but first let's get this automated wall defense going. I want to implement my proof of concept that I built in the other file to make sure that it works here. Hello, copper ore train. Lovely to see you. Hello, molten iron train. Lovely to see you. Stone mine is doing great work. In fact, some of these are done already. There are other connections. You can remove this whole line of power poles. Yeah, that's doing great work. Now, let's see if this implementation works. The first thing I need to do is rip all this up, because it's wrong. So all of you can go. You took all of your construction robots. There you go. So they're going to need like one storage chest to put all this stuff in. Oh, but now they're out of bot coverage. Of course. Fine. You can have one RoboPort. So back all of this up, all the way to about here. What is your guys' problem? You have space. Just go put it in. Grab the blueprint. Build your split first, then grab the blueprint. Yeah, the load-bearing power poles issues persist. I swear eventually I'm going to fix this. It's just not going to be today. Grab you. Put you here. And then we need to attach the train outpost supply station blueprint, which no longer requires that train, actually. No trains. Save. You are going to go here. So, here's how this thing works, right? Bear with me. It's a little complicated. We have a RoboPort that connects to everything else. We have two requester chests. One asks for logistics drones, one asks for construction drones. Those are the inserters that populate this RoboPort. We are reading the total number of logistics bots in the network. We are reading the total number of construction bots. When logistics bots is less than 50, this inserter turns on. When construction bots are less than 50, this inserter turns on. That handles population of the logistics bot network. These are the inserters that are in charge of pulling supplies out of the train. The inserters are filtered for the individual items that they care about. This is the inserter for logistics bots, construction bots, fast inserters, turrets, power poles, turrets, boxes, etc. Each of these inserters is handling a specific thing, but because we're withdrawing more than 12 items, which is as many inserters as I can cram into this assembly, we need to have two train cars. And so the additional train car is handling things like uranium ammo, concrete, brick, lamp, etc. The two train car mappings that we have, the filter train car slots, are exactly the same between both train car. And ideally, when the logistic network is saturated, the inserters can pull out of either train car because they'll be the same train car. If at any point our logistics network is no longer saturated and one of those train cars isn't populated, this system can deadlock. So we need to make sure that our logistics system is populated. We have a single storage chest. That storage chest holds any random shit that this logistics network pops up. And then we have this buffer chest, which is the most important part of this whole system. This roboport is set to read logistic network requests. But things that you request in a requester chest are not reflected in... No, wait, they are. Never mind. What's not requested as a logistics network request is a construction blueprint. So if I put this blueprint down in range of these roboports, the roboport would not request rails. It would not request elevated rails. It would not request signals. Instead, we have this single buffer chest set up to request everything that the wall needs in order to assemble and maintain itself. Brick, stone brick, brick concrete, lamp, repair pack, medium electric pole, etc., etc. A stack for each. It doesn't particularly matter. That then goes onto this logistic network request on the green line. The green line goes to this arithmetic combinator that multiplies everything by -1. So now it outputs negative symbols. The logistics network needs 50 laser turrets. So the arithmetic combinator says we're at a deficiency of 50 laser turrets. And then the red signal connects to the train stop. And the train stop says if anything is less than 0, summon a train here. When we summon the train here, which we'll do now, setting you to automatic, your destination stop isn't full. The stop is on. Oh, I need to rename it. God, what the hell do I name these things? Thanks for the follow, by the way, Sting Zing. Welcome. These are named 111 Defense Drop-Off. When I name this train will be on the way. And when it pulls in, each of these inserters is on the green line, which carries the requests that the logistic network has. And each of these are set to the condition, if there is a request that is greater than 0, then I want you to turn that inserter on. So when the train arrives, you'll see how this whole system works. Because this logistics network does have logistic and construction bots in it. And I think this will work. I'm pretty sure this will work. I tested it and it worked. So these inserters pull stuff out. Logistics bots pull into the buffer chest. And then if there were things that needed to be constructed along this wall, the construction bots would grab them out of the buffer chest and then would go and build with them. So this buffer chest basically serves as a representation of, is the network saturated with the things that the network needs to build? And in fact, here the logistics bots go to fill in things like turrets, etc. So because this network demands... We don't have concrete in the network right now, so it doesn't have anything to unload. But if it did, it would be able to build out all this concrete. I'm reasonably sure that that train station configuration will allow us to build a new train station from scratch. That's not where that should go. It should go here. And then anything that overflows from this system, I think I can just go trash unrequested, should get dumped into this storage chest, and I can just come by and pick up these storage chests if they become too full. I think this will work. We'll see. The only way we're going to know for sure is by trying to set down a new wall. So let's go try and do that. And let's start with this station, because this station was built wrong in the first place. We didn't leave enough space for expansion here. So tear all of this down. Pick up all these construction bots that don't actually know what they're doing. Back this rail up a bit. Grab your blueprint. Train outpost. I do kind of hate that it doesn't line up exactly on the grid, but I guess I'll live with it. You're gonna kind of have to live with it. You really are. Oh, I hate living with it, but I'm gonna have to live with it. Alright, fine. There is good. And then we back this up. We pull this rail around. Grab a little extra rail. Thanks for the follow. Hey, Suze, 1993. What's the difference between a buffer and a requester chest? A buffer chest will allow construction robots to pull from it for build jobs. A requester chest will not, which is the biggest thing that I need a buffer chest to do for me for this build specifically. Because if I were to use a requester chest to bring all of these items to this station, construction bots would not be able to draw from that requester chest in order to actually construct the wall. Whereas if I use a buffer chest, they will be able to. And that ends up being a big, big difference. So as in game, a requester chest requests specified items from the logistics network. A buffer chest requests specified items to be available for personal logistics and automated construction. And for doing something like an automated supply outpost, that makes a world of difference for how these things operate. So we'll power this thing. We are short 12 passive providers. There is a little bit of building that we need to do initially as the engineer to get this thing to fire up, but once it does, this is now ready to summon a train. We just have to copy the station name over. Trains now have this stop. As soon as this guy's ready at defense ammo, he should wander over. Could it be a constant combinator and let stuff live in the red chests? No, because the red chests can't request from the logistics network. I need a way to generate this set of logistics network requests so that the wall knows what it needs in order to build the wall. And you can't make requests with a red chest. So it has to be either a blue chest or a green chest in order to make... Well, I guess you could... Yeah, the constant combinator would also let you do that. So you're saying do something like this. Oh, I have one in my inventory already. You would do this. I wonder if I can just copy paste it. No, I can't. But if I were to name this, this was like wall construction. And then I assigned this group to wall construction. And then I wired this up to green. Yeah, I could do that as well. That would also work. But then these chests would get sloppy. And I kind of like the idea that if I ever want to empty the system out, I just have to pick up this storage chest and this buffer chest. And that's 100% of the items that the system doesn't need. That's just a convenience thing from my end. What is your problem for waiting? Why? Oh, because you're set to equals 2.6. Greater than or equal to. Yeah. A constant combinator would work there as well. I also think technically you don't need the arithmetic combinator because you could set this to be anything greater than 0. And if this buffer chest was exactly fulfilled, then it would be fine. But if it ever overflowed, you'd have an issue. So I think negative is the safer way to do it for that. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'm not great at circuits. I just want to make sure this thing runs. And I think it does. So you're now going to be filling up here. You're waiting for 5 seconds of inactivity, but because bricks exist in my network, you're going to gradually have bricks added to you. And then these blueprints also use hazard concrete. But the fun thing that we can do to take care of hazard concrete is I can just build 2 assemblers. one to do hazard concrete, one to do hazard refined concrete if I decide I want to do refined concrete. And that I can just build on site. And eventually I will probably do that, but the first thing I want to do is just make sure that these defense outposts automatically construct and maintain themselves. So that's what we're primarily looking for. Let's see how this guy does. Because this one's got a lot left to build. Wait, he went to the other one? Why are you going here? What do you still need? What are you requesting? Oh, you're still requesting brick. Interesting. Those construction areas do overlap. But I think that's all you should need now. Are you still making requests? No. This network is currently fulfilled. So what is your signal less than 0 that you're getting? Oh yeah, you're missing buffer logistics. You're missing concrete. I don't have concrete in the logistics network yet, so that's going to be an issue. This station is going to summon concrete trains forever because I'm not making concrete. So we need to go add concrete to the bus. That is the easy solution to this problem. We'll go do that now. Hey, we've been meaning to do it anyway. And this factory should take care of it. Did I build a 121 brick train? No. Alright, we need to do that as well. Alright. Plenty to do. You can go ahead and cross, that's fine. I'm sure there's a better way to do that outpost for what it's worth. I'm not saying that the way that I've implemented it is like the most efficient way of doing it, and in fact I'm pretty sure it's not. But I'm at the point with it where as long as it is an effective solution, and it does what I need it to do, then I'm okay with it. You piece of work. It's because you have all these rails on you. Alright, so you need to copy a fluid station for this. Specifically, you want to copy one that loads fluid on the right side. Like you. Why aren't you being agreeable with the way that you line up? I'll take it. It's good enough. You are going to be 141 a water drop-off. You are going to need 12 pumps. You are going to need a condition. Your condition is water less than 50,000, because that's the excess amount of space that we have in these tanks. And then we're going to plug you into the main rail spur. Like so. Like so. That will summon a water train, and then you're going to need a brick train. The brick train is a 121. So you could copy a station that looks like this one. Grab this, move it over here. Why don't those tile as nicely? How much space are you leaving between that? Yeah, I guess there's fine. This is 121 stone brick drop-off. We will loop this rail around. And then you, I need to build in place. Because I don't currently have that stone brick train that is functional. So where's steel? 1 for 1 iron plate drop off, steel drop off. It's over here. 1, 2. You have 2 train cars on you. You're going to need 6 rocket fuel. You can go down to the rocket silos later and grab those. Just do this for now. There you go. Go grab your fuel. Head back up. Do you need to change the interrupt on the defense train? I think you might need to. Where is the defense train right now? There you are. Yeah, you need to be 121 low fuel now. Because your refueling is a little different now that you're slightly longer. And then you need to extend power over to your roboport that handles stone brick. You're charging. Good. That also permanently unifies my logistics network over here basically forever, so that's one less thing to worry about. And then your condition is you're going to go to 121 stone brick pickup until full. You're going to 121 stone brick drop off until empty. Your interrupt is 121 low fuel, and off you go. Go forth and see the world, my beautiful stone brick train. But also you're the wrong color. There you go. So now that he's running, and I have my water train, I need a single foundry. This foundry is going to need a molten metal and water. So right about there should do. You are going to make concrete. You are going to have a water intake here. You are going to have an iron intake. Let's change that. So I don't have to cross these pipes in an awkward way. You still connected? You are. Great news. Also, did you put a concrete factory down yet? No, you didn't. All right. Drag this over here. Right about to there. Connect it. Why have you not unloaded water? I thought I saw the water train stop here. Water train? What you doing? Oh, you don't have water buffers at that station. Alright, I need to go grab 2 tanks and drag them over there. Dude, it's so annoying that a tank on the ground is 25k and a train tank is 50k. It really should be the other way around. IMO, heavy IMO energy. Alright, so you go here, you go here. Your condition needs to be less than 50,000. Because you get it. These fill, these fill, these fill, these fill just off of these cars, and then there's 50,000 overfill. So if it's less than 50,000, when this station summons a train, that train can drop everything. Everything from that train can be emptied in one shot, and then it spends as little time idling there as necessary. And more time going to other places around the base that might need water, like this concrete station. Which, in the meantime, is going to get a logistics chest and a storage chest. You are going to input output like that. You are going to hold concrete. You need to get wired up to the broader network that contains the signal for all of my logistics, and as long as this is less than 100 times 40, you are enabled. Then you just need to request stone brick. You also... Oh, you're not gears anymore, you're brick. Stone brick. There you go. Water train is pumping. This is running. We're finding stone brick in the system. We're making concrete. Because we're making concrete, concrete can get loaded onto the defense train. Because concrete is loaded onto the defense train, it can be extracted at the defense train stop, which means it can build these requests, which means that this train can go onto other stops like this one, which means that the whole defense grid should actually work. You following? You keeping up? If you're not, I'm a champagne and a half and a beer in, and there's no excuses for you. We should go to Fulgora. I want to go to Fulgora. I love Fulgora. Fulgora's the cool planet. Don't need this anymore. Don't need that anymore. How's Volcanus doing on speed 3s? Can I start requesting these yet? 12? Definitely cannot start requesting those yet. Otherwise, that ship is going to be waiting in orbit for an absolute eternity. But what I can do in the meantime is I can use speed 2s. Which are made... Excuse me? Oh, they're made here. Yeah, I knew that. Fulgora is sick, but like, spoilers, Fulgora is just going to look like this. This is going to be our Fulgora base, fundamentally. The only difference is going to be we're going to have like 200 recyclers that are voiding extra items. Or potentially, we could try and do like a... We could do like a voidless Fulgora challenge. But a voidless Fulgora challenge is just like, instead of recycling a bunch of garbage into the void, you recycle a bunch of garbage into quality. It's like, fundamentally, it's kind of the same thing. You're still deleting items, it's just whether you get something out of it or not. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Oh, and you know what we can do while we wait for the defense train to work its concrete issues out, is we can set up this next round of nuclear reactors. So, first thing I need to do is connect you to another power grid. Because I'm going to tile you down, question mark. Also, I need to rip that whole thing up. That needs to go as well. I'll tile you up. Whatever, who cares? So this whole thing to about here. It's going to go here. Yeah, we need to destroy that one logistics port. But our power has been insufficient for some time now. Because of this contraption that just sits here and guzzles power. And because of this contraption that just sits here and guzzles power. And, well, really, like, just those two contraptions. Those are the major culprits. But, like, the foundries take a ton of energy. I could also stick efficiency 3s in them, or efficiency modules in them if I wanted to. But I don't want to. I just want to build a second goddamn nuclear reactor. Because I can. And all of this exists in our logistics grid right now. Because we've been making all this stuff in preparation for plunking another one of these things down. The only thing I need to make by hand is the 4 nuclear reactors themselves. So we're going to go do that now while my drones work on that. And then, oh man, we're never gonna want for power again. Until the next time that we yellow line our power grid, and then we build another 4 of those things. Nuclear. It rocks. Alright, what else do I need for this? 500 steel plate, 500 yellow circuit, or red circuit. Sure. Steel plate's going to be up over here. I have a single iron stick. Can I interest anyone in this iron stick? There you go. I'll just actually siphon red circuits out of the train mall. Build one. Just one coming online is going to help a lot. But I'm going to turn all 4 of them on because we have an enormous surplus of nuclear fuel right now. Like, our nuclear fuel is literally backed up. These aren't running because they don't need to be running. So we can afford to spend a bit of uranium on that. Fresh steel. I also need fresh copper. And there's a second one. $489. Are you not on yet? Oh, you're still coming up temperature, of course. Also, I need to water this thing. You are drawing 445 right now. I can run a second nuclear reactor off of a single pump. Why not build mall reactors with a limit of 4? Because I didn't have concrete hooked up to the mall. Now that I do, I absolutely can. And I probably will. Although I'll probably go to like a limit of 20. Because the next time I build nuclear reactors, I might need more than 4. And as much as I would love to gamble on quality for these, quality nuclear reactors really fuck with your ratios. And I don't want to have to deal with the weird ratios. Oh, right. Set the recipe first. Yeah, go nuts. Build them. Build them all, baby. Where's my defense train at? How you doing? How you living? You have concrete on board. You are attempting to go to defense drop-off, but you can't. Why? Imagine plunking 12 of them? That's what I'm saying, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Why are you stalled? Are no defense stations requesting? Are you done already? No, this station is requesting. Oh, you're trying to go to 111. No, I need you to go to 121. These all need to be renamed 121. Does that change your mind? Yeah, that changes your mind. Off you go. And you're trying to stop at this one because it still needs concrete. This continues to make sense to me. As long as that train is doing things that I understand, I'm fine with it. It's when it starts to do things that confuse me that I begin to have doubts in my system. Why aren't you unloading? What are you requesting that you don't have access to? Greens and blues. And concrete. But why didn't you request concrete? Is there not concrete in the second train car? Is that the problem? No, there isn't concrete in the first... No. Yeah, there's not concrete in the first train car. Okay. Actually, there is an issue here. The issue is this. I need to take these filters and I need to set them here. These requester chests actually need to request everything that train needs. Otherwise, the right item may not wind up in the right requester chest. Like, we have buffer chests in the logistics network, but these were the only inserters that were previously loading buffer chests, which means that if it didn't stop at the train stall with the right type of inserter, it wasn't going to get them loaded in. So that may fix it. The other thing I need is I need a batteries train to stop here so that I can make laser turrets. Also, thank you for the follow, K-Tab. Welcome. I hope you're having a good time watching me build something that is so complicated that I don't fully understand how it works. So copy this station. This is a nice little 111 stop. You go here. We're going to rename you. You are going to be 111 battery drop-off. Extend your track down. Pass it around. 99 batteries on the bus. Put your station stops in. Your station lights, as it were. And then we need to signal you, and we need to power you. Your condition is batteries. Less than 200 times 48. Off you go. That's working. So now we head back over to the construction section of the mall. And we add a logistics plant. Also, Vision, I know you sent me the parameterized blueprint. I did not actually have a chance to save it yet because I was too busy building the automated station blueprint. But now that that's done, I will probably have time to implement the parameterized mall stuff for next time. Steel plate battery electronic circuit. We have all of those. Go ahead and set the requester chest. You only enable when you have less than 50 times 40. 50 times 40 laser turrets. Off you go. That also populates the defense train. Defense train also needs flying robot frames. But I set that train up. That train stopgap is green circuits, because we're not running green circuits out to the electric engine unit plant, which means they're not getting run to the robot frame plant. So that one is kind of out of my control. I can't do a lot about that one, because I just need to make more green circuits, and I'm not willing to expand my green circuits until we have Fulgora'd ourselves. This thing takes an eternity to make even one, man. But that's basically that. We'll do mining prod 10. Let's do one more rank of each artillery research and then also of low density structures. This does a thing to use up our volcano science. The big issue that I have, though, is that I can't finish doing stuff on the walls until I upgrade my green science. And I can't upgrade my green science until I go to Fulgora. And if I go to Fulgora, my walls run the risk of being destroyed. And I can't... Oh god, I mean, the one thing that I could do... The one thing that I could do Why is the power off over here? Surely you should be under radar coverage. What happened up there? I think I may have ignored a very important sections of your wall have been destroyed message. Just look at the state of part of these walls, man. So as we walk, we'll walk and talk. The thing that we could do is I could build the automated train stations out to every wall, and then as I'm on Fulgora, those stations would very slowly, over time, begin to build themselves, because I could do everything remote as soon as each stop was saturated with a few logistics runs to start. It looks like we've gotten away with one here so far. We've also gotten away with one up here. But this wall is not going to last much longer. You don't need to do that. Why did you think you needed to do that? Oh, so what we need to do here is we need to pull a rail stop out to each of these. It's going to be the most straightforward way to do this in a responsible manner. And you brought almost no track with you, so that's a good start. But you have a ton back in the base, you'll be fine. Let's map some general things out. We've got a nice little gap here that we can shoot a rail network through. You're going to come up through here. You can come up through this gap out to about here. Frick. And then through here. Yeah, sure, go ahead and build it, see if I care. And then eventually that rail is going to come out here. And we're going to head into the wilds and probably hit that iron deposit. But you're also going to have a turn off here, where you'll come park up in this corner. And that will be where we do a lot of the automated construction for that section. Sure, if you guys want to work on that, that's fine. You're going to need a lot of roboports out here as well. How many do you have on you? None. That's fine. You can get some when you go back to base. Let your drones charge up. Set up your initial infrastructure. And once your initial infrastructure is set up, you go to Fulgora, but your base just sits here and builds stuff. And as it's just sitting here and building stuff, a lot of these problems will kind of take care of themselves. And if they don't, you do have the tank as your backup plan. You can always pull the tank out of retirement. Is there any resources over here? There is one iron patch you'll eventually want to hit, but it's miles away. So this probably just needs a 90-degree turn. Do we have a 90-degree unelevated turn anywhere in the network? Kind of. I can use this. back this portion up. And then you can fill in the gap with the ghost cursor. So that'll be that. You just need to drag a ton of rail up here to build it with. But I happen to have a ton of rail, so I'll go grab it. This copper mine probably needs to get upgraded eventually. Or this coal mine, but like the coal train's chilling. Our coal demands are not huge because we haven't upgraded to 300 military science per minute yet. Our demands on that resource are not that great yet. The only thing that's really pulling coal right now is plastic, which isn't running because we're out of... Why are you waiting? Oh, you just got here. You just got there. Okay, okay, okay. We're running out of oil. We do not make enough oil. We need to go put speed modules in our oil manufacturers at some point here. And then what else do I need out here at this station? You need roboports. You need a lot of roboports. Okay, roboports are... They're in here somewhere. Surely I automated roboports. Wow, I don't think I've automated roboports yet. Alright. Time to plunk down another one of these things. You're mad because you don't have green circuits. I wish I knew what was eating all of my green circuits. I should probably spend some more time figuring that out. But we have been catastrophically low on them for some time now. Just double check that you're not making these anywhere. Robo. Yeah, you're not making roboports. Alright. Well, that's just more demand on green circuits because they're going to pull from reds. But, like, these are all running. Hey, I guess what I could do is I could upgrade these to 3s. What's the ratio look like if I upgrade you to 3s? That would get a little more productivity out of them. You now make 15 per second. You use 15 per second. It actually keeps the ratio the same. Well, in that case... Get on. We should have more than enough of these AM3s to take care of this upgrade. I'll even do it myself so the other logistics drones don't have to worry about it. Yeah, good? You chilling? We definitely need a belt upgrade here. These yellows do not keep up anymore. Okay, fair, good. What's up, Steven? Thanks for the follow. Welcome. Let me just siphon these off real quick. This is no longer sufficient for our needs. Okay. It'll also give us a chance to upgrade to the new, slightly more compact unloader format that doesn't use undergrounds. Although it does mean that this balancer needs to be slid over by like 1. You come down like that. You come like this. You come like this. You come all the way out like this. Put in your 1, 4, 1. Your 4, 4. Not your 1, 4, 1. And then do you have construction coverage on this whole thing? You do. So give me another upgrade planner. You're going to go from yellow to blue. I'm pretty sure I don't need to touch the iron supply belts. I think they're fine. But I'll keep an eye on their demand, just to make sure. And then pull you all the way down. 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 This should improve our ability to make green circuits for a bit. And most importantly, it's an upgrade that allows us to not have to rebuild this whole factory when we're on the verge of getting EM plants. How many do you make now? 5, 10, 15, 20. You make 25? Alright, I need to upgrade all of these belts. You consume 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah. We need to upgrade all these belts. So you also need to upgrade potential undergrounds to express. You need to upgrade potential yellow splitters to express. Yeah. So we're gonna have to do the same revision to that train stop. You are unable to generate copper plates fast enough. The train's on the way, though. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this, because I think I need to move that balancer out more. Construction drones will take care of all of that. Tear all of this down. In fact, you know you're going to need to move that back by 1, so just do it now. And then while your drones work on that, you can upgrade these. In fact, you don't even need to. Just grab this and flip it horizontally. I'm reasonably sure that you didn't line that up right. That's you have not lined that up correctly. It needs to go there. And then take this, let's bring it down to like here, bring this down to like here, spiral this corner, bring it down to here. All right. Green circuit's going to be moving a lot faster very soon. You guys deal with that. There is no shot that you're not going to have enough belts, and this is also going to clear up this enormous backlog of random yellows that we have in storage. So you guys are good. I'm going to let you work on that for a bit. I'm going to come back up here. Why have you not made any yet? Did you run out of steel? Are my drones taking it somewhere? Oh, they're taking it to the... They're taking it to the defense supply train because the defense supply train requests these. Yeah. God, these chests are so messy. Well, it kind of is what it is. In a lot of ways. I'm going to have to handcraft these, I think. At least to get the system kick-started. And then after that, the logistics network can fill in any gaps. Sure. You have track, you have roboports, you don't need anything else. Just send it. Just get some stuff built. Yeah, as much as I really want to get military science to 300, and purple science to 300, I guess, before leaving Fulgora, I think we're just going to leave for Fulgora once automated wall defense is set up, and we'll fix the rest of it when we come back. We'll do all those chores before Gleba. Because the only thing Gleba's really going to change about the base is biolabs. Still have so much rail. We'll be just fine. I wonder just how fast that defense train is going to saturate itself on logistics requests. I am making everything now, right? I didn't forget to do, like, buffer chests. No, you're doing buffer chests. You're doing requester chests. Where is the train right now? It's heading to a drop-off. This should actually not be in activity. This should be wait until full cargo. Why are you summoning a train? You're down buffer chests? And you're down requester chests. We still don't have buffer chests in the first car. Why? Why? Logistics storage 0. Why? But why? Oh no, green circuits. Duh. Yeah, everything comes back to green circuits, man. You just don't have green circuits. Pull you down here. Pull you down here. This goes here. This goes here. Build the rest of this station. Connect it to power. Good. You aren't requesting anything because I haven't given you your buffer chest. You also need your arithmetic combinator. And then I also need to give you a handful of construction drones. And probably a few logistics drones as well to move things around. Then, all you should need is 24 of these. Technically. I mean, the other thing that you need is we need to upgrade this entire wall structure. But I'm not quite ready to do that yet when this nest is sitting here. Because I would need turrets for that. And we don't have turrets delivered yet. So I'm going to let you... I have to wait for these chests to finish, actually. I can't leave without these chests done. We'll have to remember to grab more of those next time. But this base is definitely making things. It's definitely trying to populate this train. It's just failing to because we do not have enough green circuits. Are we making passive providers? You're not making passive providers either. Well, let's get that set up. Here, here. Here, here. Here, you, passive provider, less than 40 times 50. You make passive provider. Those are your requests. Are green circuits looking? They're building. Although, you don't output fast enough. Those need to be stack inserters. We don't evacuate enough copper out of it. In fact, that's a copper plate throughput issue. Because we're loading 4 plates. My rail chain signals at the base of the unloader are backwards. Let me look. I do right-hand drive. So this is chain in and rail out. Yeah, they should be fine. Or did you mean these? Oh, I see. Yeah, this should be chain in and rail out. Yeah, chain in, rail out. I'm pretty sure it still would have run, but eventually that would have made problems as more trains get put on that network. Anytime a train needs to make a decision about what direction it's going, you want to use a chain signal. And anytime you have 2 tracks merging onto the same rail, you're okay to use a normal rail signal. As long as there is sufficient distance after the rail signal you're putting down that an entire train can fit into the block. We're loading engines, which makes me feel like a green circuit train finally stopped here, maybe? No. Why are you loading engines? Where are you taking those? Where are you going to go when this train fills? Nowhere. Okay, I don't know where you dropped off engines, but I'm glad you did it. And now you're happily refilled. You have 59 stack inserters on you? That's enough. Anyway, I was saying, I think that we actually have a copper throughput issue here. Because we're consuming 4 blue belts of copper, but we only load 4 blue belts of copper. And because our train isn't running 100% of the time, it's not actually going to saturate that belt. So these foundries are... We do have 2 stations for copper trains. We could run a pair of them. And then they would just trade off running back and forth. I would need to set you to train limit 1. But I can put a second copper plate train onto that network. Engine unit. Son of a... Should have grabbed engines when I was up there. Nuclear reactor is done and is still... Holy fuck. We were using so much power. Oh my god. Look at this. This was where our grid was redlining before at 489. This is where the new reactors started to come on. We're spiking all the way up to 700 at places. We're spiking almost to 800 at places. And this new grid can only produce 978. We may have to put down a 3rd nuclear reactor assembly. Like a whole array of them sooner rather than later. This base drinks power right now. But Nuclear is pretty easy to just tile out, so we'll be fine with that. It doesn't particularly matter. These turbines are going, man. Is 98% of my consumption is foundries? Is that true? Yeah, that seems about right. Foundry's real good. I could put efficiency modules in them to really cut back on that, but like nuclear's insanely free power. I don't think I even have these circuit controlled to read temperature right now. They're reading temperature onto the red line, which runs down here. Yeah, we're not doing anything with reactor temperature right now. We just throw new fuel cells in anytime we want to. We are kind of drinking that patch a little quick. Like, wasn't it at 900,000 last time we played, and now it's at 772? But we can push to that if we need to. We have a tank. We have a ton of uranium shells just laying around. We can secure that patch if we need to, and we could set up, like, solar to power it briefly to get nuclear power back online. Although there is a part of me that's like, take a little precaution. Yeah, so ugly. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it, man. Let's have one in the middle read this patch contents. Run out here on the red circuit. You read the entire resource patch. We have 771,000 available. If uranium ore is ever less than 100,000, that is a global problem. And it's just going to be an alarm, and it's going to show an alert, and the alert is going to be low uranium. Expand now. So if that patch ever hits 100k, it's going to fire an alarm, and as soon as we see that alarm, it's not like a, oh, we should do that soon. It's a, you need to go secure that new uranium patch right now. Otherwise, your entire base is going to shut off, and you do not want to restart that power manually. Because those foundries are going to be crying for power immediately when you turn it back on. Oh yeah, I came over here for rail cars. I want to set up a second copper train. This does not look like it's filtering. No, you just have a ton of spares. Alright, well, fair enough. Filter's working the way it's supposed to. Let's go get rocket fuel to run this thing. Yellow is still offline because the green circuits have just not made their way into the flying robot frame network yet. But we're increasing throughput with every... Oh, it's saturated finally. Well. Oh. Can you not reach these? You can reach this. Why are you not upgrading it? Why are you not upgrading this? Oh, no, it's out of construction bot coverage. You were looking at the coverage of like your own personal roboport. That's probably why. Let's go get that fixed. this will increase our green chip throughput even more. Arguably, it will increase it more than anything else we did, because none of these belts are actually producing their full output. Alright, so that is an extra surge hitting the network. Let's put U in. U, and U. Copy your color over. Give your fuel. Copy your... What stop is that? Oh, that's the ammo stop. Interesting. Okay. I didn't realize the ammo stop was using that much copper, but I guess it is. So that's a second copper plate train. My hope is that because this is producing 8 blue belts of copper, that having 2 copper plate trains is going to help those stations run more often. And I mean, you got 2 trains pulling at the same time. You got all these belts drawing copper plates. You got all these foundries turning on. Your power grid's going to be actually not even that mad. Drawing a cool 430 megawatts. What's not to like? Anytime the trains are just going and doing their thing, I'm happy. This station will be requesting as soon as we update its name. So let's do that now. This is 121 defense. And do I have spare roboports yet? No. All of my roboports are still going into these requester chests. And that's because each of these 24 is requesting 10 roboports. So we need 240 roboports to saturate that. We're still behind on laser turrets. That's going to be because we don't have green circuits. We're still behind on buffer chests. That's because we don't have green circuits. And we're still behind on requester chests because... no, we're short on red chests. We're not making... we are, but we're short on green circuits. Everything comes down to how fast this factory can make greens. It's gotten faster. But everything comes down to how fast this factory can make greens. You are dropping off at reds. I still don't know where all these reds are going. But they can't just be vanishing into nothing. Like, they have to be going somewhere. I guess maybe they're also getting eaten by the roboports. Like, the roboports want 45 per. So that seems like a reasonable assumption. Alright, let's build out another rail spur. Where do I want to fork you off? Could fork you off of the engine plant. There's also a copper mine out there. Yeah, I'll fork you off the engine plant for now. I don't love that that's just going to lead to extra congestion in the network, but... oh well. Too late now. I definitely want you to turn to the south, though. We'll keep you about, like, here. Close enough to the ball to the help, but not so close that you're in any kind of imminent danger of being destroyed. We absolutely do not want these stations to come under attack at any time, basically. They are way too important. Copy your name over. I need 1 arithmetic combinator. I need 1 buffer chest. And I'm going to need 24 of these red chests, which I don't even have enough green circuits on me to do right now. But I can at least get you made. And then I can at least hook you up to power. And I need to give you a couple logistics drones, but I don't have flying robot frames for it right now, so we're going to have to go see if we can find any in the base. And that's the basics for getting one of those stations to turn on, is giving it boxes to put stuff in, giving it a couple construction drones to build with, giving it a couple logistics drones to move stuff around with. Beyond that, they can run themselves. They're entirely autonomous past that point, but they just need a little bit of a kickstart. So, let's see. I'm probably going to have to go over to these chests to try and track down anything that you've made. Do you have logistics drones in here? No, you haven't made any of those. You haven't made any buffer chests. I'm just going to have to borrow green circuits. You don't have any green circuits. Wow, you're out. Alright. Fine. I know where I can get some. There you go. Where are you going to get robot frames, though? You know, there might be some in the station down there. Just not enough for a train to get summoned to pick them up. It's worth a look. I'll go take a peek. Can't believe our factory is this big and we're still scrounging for parts like a feral animal. Oh, yeah. Alright. Yeah. Yeah. That'll do just fine. I'm going to use half of these to set up the one station that we just built, and then I'm going to save the other half to build one more station, and then I'm probably going to be done for the night. Well, am I? Yeah, no, you are. Because just building these stations is not sufficient. You also need to... Well, no, you don't, really. That's true. You really don't. Like, technically, if we have trains dropping off laser turrets, walls, and repair packs, I don't need to upgrade them to uranium ammo turrets. They're good enough. They'll take a lot of damage, and they'll need repair very frequently, but they are technically self-rebuilding. And if they're technically self-rebuilding, he said, stringing along just a number of excuses to just go to Fulgora now instead of actually finishing what he was working on Nauvis. But if they're technically self-sustaining, you could just go. You could just leave. It's a really good point. We need to extend the logistics network coverage. Like, we need roboports to come down here, roboports to come up and around here, here, and up here. And I need probably one station here, one here, one here, one here that can cover that section, one here, and one here. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more of those stations. But yeah, it's gonna be too many to do in one night. I'm not gonna be able to do that all tonight. And it's 2 a.m. Yeah, I should just be done. It's getting a little late, but this is a plan. This works. The only issue that we're having right now is green circuit throughput, and that's all that we have to fix to really have this plan accelerate and produce and allow us to go to Fulgora. So I think that by the tail end of next time we stream, that's probably going to be where we're at. If you want to know when the next time we stream is, you should join the Discord. I have pings that tell you when I'm going live, when I'm releasing videos, and when I'm doing other things that you might be interested in from a content creator perspective. I have a VODs channel if you would like to catch up on this Factorio series. We are something like 30 episodes deep at this point. And then I also have a YouTube channel if you are a Guild Wars 2 holdover and you're looking for information about that MMO in particular. I will catch you guys around this weekend with whatever spare time I have available to stream. I think we're making good progress on Factorio, and I'm very excited about both Fulgora and Gleba. And I would really like to make some progress on them if I can. So I will catch you guys around for that over the weekend. But until then, take care, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.